Hi, I'm Matt Marchant from Redcare. In this video, I'll take you through the basics for installing a Redcare Secure unit. I just want to spend a bit of time talking about Redcare Secure. Firstly, how the unit arrives. It comes in a box like this, with the product identifier on the outside. It'll be a Secure 2, 3 or IP. The unit serial number just below the barcode here. That's very important because it corresponds with the unit that's inside. Also tucked inside will be a delivery note. That contains the Redcare's TA number. Very important when contacting the Redcare help desk. Okay, just want to spend a bit of time talking about the contents of the box itself. Got the secure unit itself. Don't worry about any of the connections or LEDs on there at this stage. We'll cover that a little bit later on. Our wiring plugs there, designed to be plugged onto the board. We've got our reference label, just serves as a nice reminder when we do the next service visit as to what those plugs and LEDs mean. Our sticky fixtures to stick our unit onto the mounting box. Also got our antenna there, a flat mounted antenna with connector onto the unit. Also got our quick start guide, which acts as a little aid memoir. One of those comes with each unit and it saves you reading the manual cover to cover every time you fit a secure unit. Okay, just want to spend a bit of time walking around the board itself then. We've got our power connection on the side there. There is a polarity indicator on the side just to let you know which way around to connect it up. Our inputs, 16 to choose from there. Our output connector, our dial capture port. It's got a couple of uses, but we'll cover those a little bit later on. We've got our PSTN cover, which under there has got the PSTN connector itself. That's where the customer's line connected. We've got our RJ45 connection here. Again, it's got a couple of functions which we'll cover a little bit later on. Our learn and config headers there. Our LED section, we can tell the complete state of health of the unit once the unit's on and those LEDs are on. Also got our antenna connection here as well. In this video, I want to show you how to connect the power and the antenna to a Redcare Secure unit. The antenna is connected to the Secure unit using this little gold connector. It's a nice, clean click when we push that home. Connection's made. Also got the power connection. It is polarity conscious. There is a 0 volt and positive identifier on there. And the plug just pushes straight in there. And there we are. In this video, I want to show you how to connect the telephone line to a Redcare Secure unit. Telephone line connection is made under this cover here. It's held in place with just one screw, which needs to be unscrewed. Here's one I did earlier. Connection's made just under here on this little green connector here, made with a similar plug that we use for the power. Telephone line isn't polarity conscious, so it can be fitted either way round. Plug's plugged in like so. The cable secure is pushed in place and the cover refitted. And again, the screw can be done up and the job's complete. In this video, I want to show you how to connect the network connection to an IP variant Redcare Secure unit. All Redcare Secure units have an RJ45 port. And the connection is just made like so, push fit, like a normal RJ45 port is. Now that looked easy, but before we make the connection, one of the things we have to decide is if we want to use the Secure unit in DHCP mode, where the Secure unit grabs an IP address from a local router, or allocate a static IP address to the unit, which must be planned with the network administrator in advance. In this video, I'd like to show you how to connect the GPIPs or pins on a Redcare Secure unit. Okay, so we just want to talk about our pin connectors. The pins are in two blocks of 8, 1 to 8 and then 9 to 16 there. Connections are made to the terminals on the plug there. You've got a 2mm screwdriver required for this, and little screw terminals just secure the wire in place. So with the plug ready, a nice clean click and push home, and that's in place, ready connected. Out of the box, all pins are configured positive applied, with the exception of pin 4, which is inverted for open and close. Pins can be learnt in any configuration, and this is covered a little bit later. I'm going to show you how to connect the GPOPs or outputs on a Redcare Secure unit. Okay, so I just want to spend a bit of time talking about our general purpose outputs. Our first connection on here is our 0 volt rail. Our second is our line fail output. Now out of the box, the default for this is set to form 175, which means it will trigger if either path fails. Our third connection is our control output, which is under the control of the alarm receiving centre. And our last connection on here is our return path signalling connection, and that works in conjunction with pin 4. In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn the GPIP pin polarity on a Redcare Secure unit. Now I want to show you how we learn the pins. Now before we start, we have to make sure that all of our pins are in their non-alarm state. Very important that. Next, we need to fit a link to J902, which is the right hand side link header there. And you get one of these little links with each unit. So we'll just put that in place. We then need to apply the power. And we'll get some LEDs coming on there. And what we're looking for is for the lights to start scrolling backwards and forwards. It takes around about 15 seconds. And there we are. That means we're now ready to remove the link. And the lights have flashed very briefly there, all of them together, which means the configuration has now been learnt and stored. And that's stored irrespective of how many times we disconnect the power. And the unit will now begin its boot up sequence. In this video, I'd like to take you through the boot up sequence of a Redcare Secure unit. I'm just going to apply some power to this Redcare Secure unit so I can show you the LED boot up sequence. And what happens first of all is that the unit boots up, we get a fluttering of LEDs. The one to pay attention to is SS2 and the power light. Power light comes on, that's important, we've got some power connected. SS2 will go out in a minute. There we go, it's just gone out now. That just means that the modem's initialised. What we're looking for here really is for our second LED, LED number 2, our PSTN or wireline indicator to start flashing. What that means is that it's found 50 volts or the telephone line's present on the unit itself, and it'll start to dial out. And in the background, our GSM engine or GPRS engine is actually starting up as well. And there we go there. Our PSTN lights just started to flash. That means we've got the lines connected okay. And what will happen in a minute is that light will start to flutter a little bit faster, indicating that the unit's trying to make a call, a test call, if you like, back to the Redcare host. What we saw there, just on SS1 there, was the unit scrolling through the roaming. So this is actually a roaming unit, and it's scrolling through the networks, just trying to find the best one to lock onto. And in a minute, what we should start to see is some signal strength come up on this unit, and the unit will log on. And there we just see the light starting to flash a little bit fast there, indicating that the unit's trying to make a successful call out. We've just seen our signal strength indicator come live, indicating this has got quite a good signal here, nearly full strength. And we just noticed our GPRS light starting to flash as well there, our wireless light. We've just seen our PSTN light stay solid. That means it's made a successful call. That means that line is now commissioned. And on the wireless indicator, that light has started to flash as a result of the other two coming on there. Now, what we're looking for with any installation of a Secure is for these first 4 as a bare minimum to be on. That means that all paths are available and we've got at least 1 bar of indicated signal strength on the unit. That means it'll be a good reliable connection. I'm just going to take you through the signal strength LEDs on a Redcare Secure unit. Okay, so I just want to talk about signal strength. Signal strength is indicated on the amber LEDs on the unit, SS1 and SS2. If SS1 is off, that equals a poor signal, and you won't get a connection with that at all. If it starts flashing, we've got a low signal, not really enough for a reliable connection back to Redcare. If it comes on and stays static, that's an acceptable signal for an installation. If SS2 starts to flash, that's a good signal, and if it comes on and stays on, that's the best signal available. When a roaming SIM is used, SS2 also blinks temporarily when the unit is roaming. Thanks for watching. Remember, there's a lot more Redcare videos available on our website, redcare.bt.com, or on our YouTube channel, redcare.bt.com/TV.